guys, so for today's Tag Monday I thought I'd do something a little bit different, and this is going to be a tag that I actually created myself. It's called This Is Me, and pretty much it's just listing 5 facts that no one would ever be able to guess about you in your entire life just by looking at you or talking to you or not. Like kind of like your hidden inner you. That's what's like. These are those 5 things no one would ever be able to guess about you, or that you would tell somebody. Just like little things. It doesn't be anything too embarrassing, or if you don't or any like your big secret. It's just something that if someone looked at you or they talked to you or they known you for a year, they wouldn't get to guess this by knowing you. Something that you have to actually tell someone for them to know. It could be embarrassing, it could be funny, it could be really kind of really close to your heart. It could be the first thing from your heart. It could be anything you want. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I created a tag just because I've been on YouTube and it's going to be a year in about a couple of weeks. And I thought it'd be really kind of great to kind of talk about myself for once, because I do talk about myself, but I don't really get the chance to really sit down and talk about myself. I have done in the past a couple tags where I have actually kind of just introduced myself. But anyway, this is kind of more personal in a way. So anyway, let's get started. So the first thing about myself that you may not know by looking at me is that I am a culture junkie. Now what that means is that I am obsessed with culture, whether it be pop culture or historical culture. I love learning about history and just expressing myself in the cultures of different places. It could be anywhere in the world. I just love trying the food, just learning about customs, and just, yeah, I'm a huge culture junkie. No one knows that by looking at me. They may know that I'm really up to date on pop culture and that kind of stuff and knowledgeable about the world, but they wouldn't get that I'm an actual obsessed with it. Like, I love it. It's like the best thing in the world. So, yeah, that's the first thing about me. I'm a culture junkie. Pop culture and just culture in general. Number 2 is I do talk about a lot that I'm a major foodie and baking fanatic. I love baking, I love food, I'm all that. But what you wouldn't know about me is that I'm not as adventurous when it comes to food as I would like to be. My palate is sort of very limited almost. So, that would be a great thing. Oh yeah, I love trying new things and eating all these different foods. I have to keep in mind that I have a limited palate. A lot of things don't sound appealing to me, and I'm one of those people that for some reason I can't force my body to try new things. So yeah, I'm not as adventurous when it comes to food and dangerous sports as I would love to be. But that's the number 2. My number 3 is one thing you may not know about me is I said I love history, and that is true, but what you may not know me is I'm not only a history junkie, I'm also a art junkie. I love music, I love art, I love discussing music and art with people, I love going to museums and seeing art, I like going to see plays and movies and discussing plays and movies and like kind of dissecting them, and just, yeah, I'm obsessed with all kind of art. So I'm a huge art junkie as well. My number 4 is I am so obsessed with traveling. It's not even funny. Like, I have a whole list of all places I want to go to by the time I die. So, yeah, I love traveling, and just kind of, and I have a little thing that is going to be my number 5. My bonus thing, but yeah, that's my number 4, is I'm a huge traveling fanatic. My number 5, last one, except the bonus, is I actually have a major book collection in my house. I have over 100 and something books, and my end goal is to have a room that's dedicated to only books, like my own little miniature library, by the time I'm retired. So that at least when I'm old, I can go into, if I ever feel like me, I just go into the book, go into my personal library, and just kind of like that. Like, I remember reading books when I was younger about all these older novels, and people like talk about having their own personal libraries, and I always thought that was so cool. I always wanted one, so it kind of be my personal, just kind of keep adding books to my collection, and hopefully by the time I'm retired, I will have my own personal library. That's kind of my little dream. So that's that. And my bonus question, bonus thing, is whenever I go on vacation, whether to a new country or whatnot, I like to pretend that I'm from that I'm from there if I'm going to another country, or I like to pretend that if I'm like in the United States, I like to pretend that I'm from another country and see if I can actually fool people into thinking I'm from another country. I had done this so far about 4 times total. Before that I was a little bit too young to really do that. I just started more recently. And out of all the 4 times I've done it, 3 times I have fooled people. I'm kind of surprised I fooled people because 2 times I pretended to be Russian, and my Russian accent really sucks. It actually, after people figured out I wasn't Russian, I kept talking like a Russian person just to annoy my dad, because he got really annoyed because it was very irritating, and I understand why, because it sounds just horrible, so I get it, but I like doing that. It's like my little acting exercise, because I am very into the arts. I have done chorus since I was very little. I've played violin. I have played violin. I could play piano. I could play cello. I could sing. I could sight read. I've been acting since I was about 11. I'm not very good at most of these things, but they have all these art stuff has paid off because I have accumulated knowledge of the arts that makes me sound intelligent when I discuss it, and because I'm very good at sight reading and playing the violin, I'm very able to talk about music in general, and yeah, so yeah. And one more bonus thing, this is not really a hidden thing about me, but when I was 11, I've been only on a plane once in my life, and that was when I was 11 and I went to Brazil, because I'm half Brazilian, and I went to visit my mom's nephew by her brother from his first marriage. We went there to visit for his bat mitzvah. This was before they had gotten divorced, and we went there, and I was listening to music, and my ears didn't pop, and I had a great time. It was a lot of fun. I don't really remember that much, but it was totally a blast. I've never been afraid of flying in my life. I don't know why I'm not afraid of flying, but literally 4 years after that happened, and my ears randomly popped in the middle of the day. I could not hear anything. We went to the doctor, and we found out that I had a hearing condition, which was as a result of a delayed eardrum poppings. I don't know how to explain it, but pretty much what happened is, because on the plane I was wearing earplugs, and it was holding in all the air in my eardrums. My eardrums didn't pop in so much later, due to some kind of outside natural force. I don't know. And anyway, so he told me over the next couple of years my ears will randomly pop, and I used to get really annoyed because when my ear popped, everyone would sound so weird, and I hate it, and it was so annoying. And I would try to like make it unpop, and my doctor actually, after a while, my doctor came to me and he told me I couldn't do that anymore because it was making the syndrome worse. So anyway, I'm not afraid of flying, but I am afraid that if I go on an airplane, my ear will pop, and then it'll stay like that for a long time, and I get really itchy when that happens. So that is my second bonus question, is that I'm not actually afraid of flying, but I'm afraid of my ear popping and then not popping for like a week. So, yeah, I'm not, if anyone knows what the syndrome is called, you can let me know. I'm not actually aware what it's called, because I did pay attention when I was really young when they told me what the syndrome was. And I was kind of like in La La Land, but all I know is that they said because I had the music in my ears, it had stopped the ears from popping, but I had a delayed reaction, which had accumulated in me having an actual syndrome, which means that when my ear pops randomly, whenever it decides to do that, it stays for a longer period than normally, and it just takes a while to unpop by itself, and it's really annoying, and people sound so weird, and I just hate it. So yeah, anyway, those are my 5 unique secrets, plus my 2 bonus ones that I thought I'd throw in there. If you guys have any of these things that you have the same unique secrets as me, make sure to comment below. Or if you guys have any unique stories or secrets that you want to share, make sure to leave a comment below as well. Thank you guys for. Make sure to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Vine under Safae, because I update those daily.